We've had a number of bills on our agenda dealing with our growing aging population, and the senator from Santa Barbara gave an eloquent resolution yesterday on this particular growing segment of our demographics. But we're hearing also more about granny scams, like a phone call that says your grandchild has been kidnapped, please wire X amount of money. Senators, a bill was passed in 2005 titled the Financial Elder Abuse Reporting Act, and it required that banks do mandated reporting. SB 496 will add broker-dealers and investment advisors. It follows the North American Securities Administrators Association model language, which has already been adopted in some form or fashion in 19 states. And what's really nice is SB 496 is welcomed by the industry and has not received any opposition to date. SB 496 will include financial professionals who should be a line of defense when unusual or illegal transfer requests of a client's funds are requested. I respectfully request an aye vote on SB 496.
Thank you, Senator Morlock. Debate or discussion? Senator Stone.
Thank you, Madam President. I strongly recommend an aye vote on SB 496. We often have seminars in my district to talk about elder abuse and fraud. And with our growing silver tsunami that's going on right now, there's a lot of nefarious organizations and people out there that are trying to get their hands on the money of our senior citizens that have socked away enough money to take care of them in their senior years. But with people living longer than they expected to, and all these predators that are out there posing as Social Security agents, as IRS agents. We even had some that were actually threatening some of my senior citizens that they were going to harm members of their family, and if they went forward with reporting some of those to the authorities, that the harm would come. And so there's a lot of intimidation out there, and I think that if you have a senior citizen that is drawing significant sums from their bank accounts, that they should be required to make a report of this. Just one example, I had a constituent in the city of Menifee, and she was a part of the Nigerian King issue. And she had $80,000 in life savings, and she depleted every cent she had. And after she lost all of her money, she was still accepting calls, still thinking that she was going to be the beneficiary of millions of dollars. So we all have a significant senior population in our districts. This is just another tool to help our senior citizens protect themselves from nefarious people and organizations that seek to rob them of their retirement and rendering them destitute when they're successful. So I want to thank the author for bringing this forward and encourage your aye vote.
Thank you, Senator Stone. Any further debate or discussion on this item? Senator Morlock, you may close.
Thank you, Madam Chair. We've all got personal stories, I'm sure. My father passed away recently, but a couple years ago we started working on transferring assets from to the trust so that we could manage affairs, and we started looking at bank statements and saying, well, what are these charges for? We went to the bank, my sister went to the bank, and they said, well, those are fraudulent transfers. Well, what do we do? Well, you close your bank account. She says, okay, let's close the bank account. Now let's open a new one. And they looked at her and said, no, we can't do that for you. And so she was on vacation, her cell phone went off, and her Ring front door doorbell showed her the video of someone on the front porch, and that person was a police officer, wanting to know if she was actually the daughter of my father and what the connection was. And I thought, isn't this great that this mandated reporting is working, that they're protecting the elderly in this state? And I think adding broker-dealers and investment advisors is a great move, and I respectfully request an aye vote. Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you, Senator.